In this video, I'm going to show you how you can build websites using GoHighLevel by either using a blank canvas or by using one of the hundreds of templates available. I'll also show you how you can search the different templates available, whether that's for a roofer, plumber, electrician, real estate agents, dental clinic. I'll also go step by step on the actual website builder and show you everything you need to know on how to edit this website, from changing the logo to changing the different tabs available and even changing the text that's on the websites. I'll even walk you through an example of a SaaS website that I've created for my own business. I'll walk you through all the steps included and show you how to edit it yourself. I'll also show you the available funnel builder on GoHighLevel, with again even more hundreds of templates available. And lastly, I'll show you how you can join over 140 other people who are learning how to start their very own SaaS business entirely for free in my own Skool community. I'll show you all the available resources that are available for free, where I go in depth in showing the exact steps on how to start your own software business. With that being said, let's jump right into it. So GoHighLevel has had a lot of new features. That's why I want to make an updated video on showing exactly what's new and how to use the website builder. Not only that, we're also going to look at the funnel builder, so let's go right into it. So right away on GoHighLevel, you have the option of going within the site section here and click on websites. When you're here, it's very simple to go ahead and just create a new website. Another great feature within GoHighLevel, because you're probably going to be making a lot of websites, is creating folders just to organize yourself more effectively. That way you can have different folders for different types of business niches. This is especially important when you're just starting out and you don't know which niche to target yet, especially when you haven't landed a client. That way you can create a portfolio for a couple of different niches, such as a car detailing business, mechanic shop, dental niche, eyeglass store, and have a couple of different websites in your portfolio. That way you can organize yourself, and when you go and present your solution to these different business owners, you have a portfolio ready. So the first step here is to click on new websites, and when you're here, you'll be presented with two options. One is from blank and one is from templates. Now right off the bat, I would definitely recommend to start off with an existing template. That's because GoHighLevel has hundreds of available templates based off the genre that you're looking for. If the genre is a little bit different, you can still use an existing template that kind of fits a very similar style, and you can modify it accordingly to fit how you want it to look like. If you click from blank, it's mostly because you're pretty experienced within website building and design. And if you want it done in a bespoke way and you're quite creative and you understand how to work elements within coding, I would recommend for you to go with the blank option. However, for most of you, I would recommend to click from template. Then you want to go ahead and click continue, and you'll be presented with a ton of different options here. So right away, you can see that one of these is actually for an e-commerce store, which is actually a great option if you plan on selling items online. Now, for the most part, a lot of you people who are using GoHighLevel are likely trying the agency route. This means you're likely going to be targeting businesses, existing businesses, and offering them a software to enhance their current business and methodologies. So for example, let's just say you approach a hairstylist or a hair salon. Approach the hair salon and say, hey, I have a software that can help improve your business for appointment reminders, appointment booking, and client database. Not only that, but I can also build you a website, so when people go on your website, they can go ahead and book their appointments directly through their website. And based off the hairstylists that are available, we can display their calendars, their availabilities. We can sync it all together so that the client, when they're on the website, they have the up-to-date calendars of those hairstylists. And using GoHighLevel's automations as well, you can go ahead and send in pre-notified messages to those hairstylists, letting them know of any upcoming appointments that they can expect as well. So those are a lot of features all at once I just kind of mentioned. That's just to give you an example of the capabilities that GoHighLevel offers. In this specific example here, let's just say let's go ahead and find a hairstylist salon here as well. Maybe there's something for hair salon, barber haircut, hairstyling salon. So right away you can see there's about 9 templates available. So really you just want to find something that you think would make sense the most for your clients. Now, of course, if you're starting out, definitely play around with it and see what you like best. This example, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at barber haircut to see what it's about. When you click on this as well, it's going to take you to another page here. And this page over here is just going to have a little description of what this template is about and how it's organized, and it shows you exactly what's been done already in this template, which is pretty awesome. You're going to go ahead and just press continue, and it will load up the template, and this part takes a little bit of time, so you just want to be patient and wait for it. It seems like it's loading up now. Now what will happen is you'll be presented with a website builder view. If you've built websites in the past, this shouldn't look too unfamiliar. You should be pretty familiar with the actual space and how things work. GoHighLevel does things a little bit different, so I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly how it's done. First off, I just want to go ahead and preview the website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click preview over here, and when I click preview, it's going to load up, and this is how the website looks right off the bat. Without you making any sort of changes, this is how it's going to look like. So let's just scroll through the website here, and pretty cool. There's a background image here that's moving away. There's a nice little image here and some information over here. Redeem your free shave, which is pretty cool. To advise people who are maybe visiting online. Our services, so it looks like they offer haircuts, beard grooming and shaving, facial hair design, and then of course an area for customer reviews and testimonials that your client can provide you as well, and the team here and the address. So very simple website. You don't really need a lot for a barbershop, but you know, there are a lot of barbershops as well that would benefit from the use of a website. Really, most of the website is already completed. All you need to do is just cater this specifically to your client's needs. So let's just take this example and run with it. So let's just say you approach a business owner who has a hair salon. What you can do is you can actually go ahead and show them in your portfolio. You could just actually go to them and be like, hey, I designed this website for you. Take a look at it. Haven't really designed it, GoHighLevel did, but you can essentially show them what you're capable of. And that way they can go ahead and take a look and be like, you know what, this looks pretty cool. And of course, all the images or the information itself, they would provide. So that part would come later. But this would provide a generic understanding of what's the potential and what their website could look like. Another cool feature within GoHighLevel as well is there's a mobile mode that you can preview. It's very important that a lot of the views that come online are actually done on a phone. They're actually not done on a desktop or a laptop as most people might think. Majority of the visits online are typically done from a mobile phone. So you want to make sure that the website itself that is generated, that's built, is also compatible and looks great on a cell phone device. So we're going to go ahead and click mobile mode, and then we can scroll through here. And of course, very similar, very well polished looking website as well. And that's pretty much how it looks right now, which is pretty awesome. So now that we are satisfied with how it looks, we go ahead and we can go ahead and run with it, take it to our hair salon and tell them, hey, look at the website that we've designed. Would you like to purchase this, or would you like to work with us? This is a very simple and easy way for you to actually approach businesses and tell them about your capabilities and what you're actually able to do as part of your website builder. You'd be surprised as to how impressed people get when they see even a generic website like this. So my advice would be, just try it out and see how it works for yourself. Let's go through each tab here and explain how everything works. So first of all, you're going to be wondering here, how do you change certain parts of the website itself? So that's a great question. It's actually quite simple. So for example, for the header itself, let's go ahead and click this. And it's going to open up a navigation menu on the right, and it will say navigation menu as the element name. So this is just for your own personal. And then you'll have background color, mobile background color, how do you want to space it, and how do you want to move your items on the menu. So if you want to move your home button, sub column for about, you can do that. So now it's under about here. I can move it back up here. So it's back up here, or I can even just change the order. So home is actually down here. If it wants to cooperate, there we go. Home is over here. So, I mean, move the menu items around pretty easily. It's very manageable, very easy to make these changes. You can even change the font size. So if you want the fonts to be bigger or smaller, you can do that, no problem. You can also change the actual font itself. And so right now, this is on the content font. You can have a custom font or a headline font as well. You can change that here. When we're looking at the actual colors itself, so for background color, right now it's on clear, but if I change this to blue, you'll see that for this section here, now that's just been changed to blue. Of course, this background here is black, so I would actually want to keep this as transparent, so we'll just change that back to how it was. Another thing I actually wanted to show you before I forget here, while this page is loaded up, I forgot to notice here, was that there's a form that automatically pops up when you're visiting the website. Now, this is what people like to call a lead magnet, especially for a business itself, where there's a client that is visiting the website itself. You want to make sure that they might be viewing, but it can be a great opportunity to gather some of their information. So over here is a great button that says redeem your free shave. And of course, you know, if he's visiting the website, this is where you would then go on GoHighLevel on the forum section. I can show you in a moment here, but you can actually create a form, link it here. So it asks for the user's name, phone number, email. It would say submit. That information would go directly to the business owner. So now the business owner has the name, email, phone number of somebody who is interested and on the website. That can be repurposed for marketing strategies, future case uses as well, to confirm the percentage of people who are viewing websites externally towards how they actually come and visit the actual location itself. You can actually get a lot of metrics and data information from this stuff here. Going back to the website here itself, we can go ahead and continue. So over here where it says logo here, you can go ahead and scroll down and it will show the brand logo. So let me go ahead and just click a logo that I might have on file already right here. So if I click this logo here, and then it will go ahead and pop up right over there. And of course you can decrease the sizing of this logo as well, because this right now looks a little bit too big. So let's go ahead and change the width here. So I can of course just reduce the width. It's a little bit reasonable, but of course this is where you would upload your own logo and add it as necessary. Of course, after the client agrees and you have the website information and the client's ready to provide you the information, then you go ahead and remove the text and you can replace it with the text that they want, or if they're okay with this text, then you can keep it the same. Of course, this is a button. This is where you would add a form and you would customize the form into the button itself, which would be down here. So when you say button action, so when they click the button, what happens is it either going to open the pop-up, which is the form that I mentioned earlier with, put a name, phone number, email, was going to link to another website URL. The two most common, the other two I don't really mess around with, or really any of these other ones I don't really mess around with too much. It's really just open pop-up and website URL that I typically use the most. But of course, this is where you can customize it for your client based off of the niche that you're working in. Of course, you can also change the button itself. So if the client doesn't want to, promotion regarding, redeeming a free first shave, maybe they want to have like $5 off cut. That when the client, when the customer comes in, if they filled out this form and they have a certificate from online, they get $5 off their first cut. Of course, there's different promos. You can use the use of these buttons as well, and you can also add a subtext as well. So right underneath, currently this is in white, I believe. Colors in white, so if I change this to black, then that will show. So that's a test. So sometimes it'll say something like click here, people know what to do, but that is an option that they can do, or you could just completely remove it. Something I always like to do is whenever I'm looking on a website and messing around with things, I always like to click the mobile view, just so I see how it looks on a mobile view as well. If I need to change any spacing, change any sizing, if anything needs to stay the same or move, then I will do that. So like, let's just say if I don't like the margin here, I can reduce the margin on the bottom and I can reduce the margin on the top. It looks like that, but it looks like by changing the margin here, it's changing how the schedule and appointment is going to look like. So I might actually just keep that the way it is, just so it keeps things similar and I'm not messing around with it too much. Going back to the desktop view as well. So right after that, if I want to schedule an appointment, again, this is another button as well. You can customize the button down here. So link to, in this case, it's linking to go to a page, which I'm sure that's going to link to the services page where it's going to have different types of services listed, with either just a haircut, a lineup, a beard trim, a facial, whatever the case is for the barbershop, and the services that they provide. Right now, if you want to go ahead and actually change the different parts of the tabs itself, so in this case, working on home, there's also about, there's services, there's contact. If you click it, it's not going to work. What you actually have to do is click on pages over here, and then you can change the pages from here. Keep in mind, if you are making changes, you might need to save it before you can proceed. Now that we're on this page here, now we can scroll down, and now there's a contact us section here. Of course, there's some text here and another form option available, which I'll show you after we're done with the website builder, where to create your forms, and a frequently asked question page as well. And down in the footer down here, we have the social media icons here, and we have the business's phone number and address that would auto-populate as well from GoHighLevel. So any changes you make within GoHighLevel, within the actual software itself, will automatically update in the website itself because of the custom values that you have down here, which is pretty awesome. You don't have to worry about changing things in two different places. Just change things in one place and it'll automatically update over here. Of course, you can go ahead and go through the different pages available and update things as you wish. Another cool part here is your tracking code. So if you do want to have some Google Analytics as well, and maybe you're working with Google Tag Manager, you can actually input those codes over here. I'll create another video entirely discussing that as well, so you understand how you can link your Google Tag Manager and your header tracking and your footer tracking as well. Next one is typography. So this is just your fonts. So how does your headline fonts look, your content fonts? So you can change them all over here as well. Of course, you could select fonts. You could change the colors here too. Next is your background. So if you want to change your background image, you can go ahead and select again a background image. So if you don't like this guy, you can change it with something else. And of course, change your background color too. You have pop-up settings as well. So this was the button itself I was telling you about earlier with the form. So right now there is no form, but if you want to change how some of this information looks like, so again, $5 off your first cut. Want to change it to that, you want to change the image, you can change the image over here, and then of course upload the image through here as well, and that way you can change all this information and make it more custom. The SEO metadata, which is pretty cool as well. So whenever you go on Google and you find a link, this is how you can update it so that the link looks really professional. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's just say the content here itself. So we're on the page of, this is, I believe, contact us. Let me just check. So this is calendar right here. So let's just say if I go on SEO metadata over here, which is here, then I'll go on here. So I'll say haircut. So it's going to look on Google like that. Book your appointment here. So that's how it's going to look. And then keywords, you can add some keywords like haircut, shave, fade, trim, etc. Author, you can change that. So let's just put my name, Ali Mohammed. And then I gotta scroll down here. Social image as well, which is, put in this logo here. Just double click that. And that's about it. So it's gonna look like that. So whenever somebody gets the actual link shared with them, it will show up like this. It will show up with the image that you choose, and it will show up with how you've worded it. So this is very important for SEO metadata, and you want to make sure you're doing this for each page so that each page has its own custom content. You don't want to share a link and it just being a link. You want to make sure that it has some content related with it. It honestly helps with the Google algorithm, and it also helps with when people receive the link, how it looks for the business itself. I'm going to go ahead and press update SEO metadata. So that's all updated, and we will move on to custom code. Now, custom code, I wouldn't really recommend using it unless you're familiar with HTML and coding itself for websites, which I believe most of you probably aren't. If you are, this is where you can update it and, you go ahead and play around with it. I'm not great with it, so I'm not really going to talk about something that I don't know about. We have cookie consent here. So if you want to have the consent enablement for cookies as well, then you can do that by pressing this button here. That will just make sure that people that are visiting your website are aware that if they accept the cookies, then they'll be marketed for certain types of material. And the last setting here is your 2-column mode. So this is in 2-column mode right now. If you want, you could just click this in auto. So it's, that column is grid of, but if you want to have access to this, then make sure that's set up. I like to have 2-column mode, especially when I'm editing. So it just keeps it more convenient to have access to the information on the right hand side here. Like always, you want to just make sure it looks good on the mobile view as well. Just make sure everything is how you initially wanted it to look like. And then if you're all okay with everything, then just go ahead and press save, and then you can go ahead and click publish. Now in this case, when I click publish, it's going to ask me to select a domain. I already have a couple of domains. You might not have a domain, so I'm going to go ahead and just quickly explain how to add that part. So for now, let's just go ahead and click save, and then we're going to go ahead and exit out of the website builder for now. Just go back and get out of here, and now you're going to be greeted with all the pages as well earlier. I remember when I showed you on the page finder, you can actually check the pages within the website builder. If you go back, you can actually change the individual pages through here as well, so you can edit these individual pages as well through here. Now, if you want to go ahead and actually update your domain, you're going to want to go ahead and click on settings. And when you click on settings, you're going to go on to domains. Over here, I actually have a bunch of domains already, but for those of you who don't have a domain, this is probably going to look blank for you. So all you have to do is very simple. You just go ahead and press add, and you're going to type in your domain URL. If you don't have your domain URL and you haven't updated any of this, you can go ahead and add the records manually, but I wouldn't really suggest that. After you've purchased this domain, it's very simple. All you have to do is just type in the URL, and it'll actually just give you all the instructions right away. If you need more help in this, I actually have this exact same video on how to actually register your domain in the free course in the Skool community down below in the description. It's a free Skool community, so go ahead and join it, and then when you'll have access to the actual content, you can see the video itself. To show you as an example here, when I go over here onto the Skool community in getting started, it's actually the second video showing you how to set up your domain with Cloudflare. It's a very simple video and it's very short, but it goes through all the information in more detail. After that's linked, then you can go ahead and just link it with your actual website itself, which you would then go back and then click onto websites. And when you go onto settings over here, you just select your domain and select it here, and then you click save. I'm not going to do that because this domain is already linked with another website that I've built, so I'm going to go ahead and just leave that for now. One thing I do want to do is just show you the settings that are available within the actual website itself, which are a couple of settings, but it's very important to understand as well. So the first is the name of the website. This is just for your own personal use. If you have a bunch of websites and you want to keep track of them, just change the name here. Tracking code and body tracking code. Again, this is within Google Tag Manager if you want to just have good analytics for the visitors that are visiting your websites. Again, I'll go over this in more detail in an upcoming video. And of course, there's more details regarding this specific case use as well within the free course. I'll also add a chat widget too. So when visitors visit the website, they have a automated chat, and that chat, all those messages can go directly to the staff, or you can actually integrate ChatGPT so that it can intuitively respond to questions that are on the actual chat widget. And if you want more information on that piece as well, that's in the free course, go ahead and click the bio within the Skool community. All the information is there. I would say by far the most important piece here is actually the favicon URL. What is that? That's actually this logo right here. So anytime you're visiting a website, this just adds a level of professionalism when there is a logo here. See right here, it's blank. Doesn't really look that professional. Over here, you can see Skool's logo. That looks awesome. So you want to make sure that you have a logo here, and that's very simple as well. I'll show you exactly how to do that right now. I'm gonna ask for a URL. So what that means is you need to first upload the file itself of an image onto a URL. And that could be any URL, but let's just use GoHighLevel because we have access to GoHighLevel. Get the favicon and to upload the actual media itself, it's very simple. All we want to do is click on the actual edit button for one of these pages. It doesn't matter what, we just want to click on one of them. After we click it, we're going to go to that same page, or really any page where we can actually upload a media. So in this case, it's over here. We're going to click this media button here. And then as you can see, I already have a couple of pieces of media here. If you don't have one, all you have to do is press new upload and upload a file, and you can upload your JPEG or your PNG. I would recommend a PNG so there's a transparent background, but it doesn't need to be, especially if you wanted to have a white background like Skool. In my case, I have a transparent background. Really depends on how you want to have it set up. After that's set up, in this case here, just go ahead and upload here. And then you want to click these three dots on the side and it'll say get link. So when you press get link, it'll say copy to clipboard. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and go all the way back to the settings area within our over here. And then we're going to go ahead and upload our favicon URL. That over there, and then we're going to scroll down and press save. As you can see, that's been updated now, and it now has the logo that we've inputted. So now it looks a little bit more professional and it adds a layer of trust. I did tell you that I was going to show you the funnels as well, so I'm going to quickly go over the funnels and show you how that is very important as well, especially for people who are using funnels for their business, especially for people in the SMA business or people in the agency space. Funnel is really just a one-page website that just has a nice big call to action, usually with social proof as well, just to convey a message and just to inspire people to go on the website as well. And I'll give you an example funnel, which is my own funnel that I use for people who are looking to join the agency space within GoHighLevel and to create their own software as a service company. So if anyone is interested in SaaS, they can go ahead and actually visit this website. And of course, there's a free access button. By clicking this button, they'll get access to the Skool community right away with free modules and free training. And of course, there's social proof is showing people who are successful in the GoHighLevel space. Information here within what's included within the actual GoHighLevel platform itself, and of course, even more social proof. So that's typically what a funnel is. It's just tons of social proof. There's usually a call to action, and then there's also just a lot of information regarding what it is. And of course, I have my own video sales letter over here, so my own VSL showing exactly what SaaS is and how somebody can benefit from it. That's exactly what you can do over here when you go to the funnel builder. You can actually build a funnel from available templates that GoHighLevel has already made. So as you can see, there's one for SaaS sales, there's strategic coaching. Go through it, see what works for you, what you like best. Or of course, you can always design them from scratch and go from there. It's similar to the website builder itself, but it just has a different purpose. And of course, you have to, again, assign a domain as well. In this case here, when you press settings, there will be a domain. You have to do the favicon URL as well. You can also have different codes as well for tracking. If you're using Google Tag Manager, this is where you would go. And that's pretty much it. That's the comprehensive guide on website building and funnel building within GoHighLevel. Of course, if you have any questions or concerns, leave a comment down below. And also be sure to check out my free Skool community where I have tons of more videos explaining exactly how you can get set up on GoHighLevel and how you can start your very own SaaS business. There's an entire community waiting for you with people who are active and engaging in the community. And you'll have access to a bunch of different courses that I've made and more content that is always coming as well. As always, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.